butter is better. Welcome. My name is Barrett Jones. I am a record producer, and today I'm going to talk about real reactions. Real reactions. That's R-E-E-L, not R-E-A-L. I had the idea for this because I often run into kind of interesting and cool things on my feed, and I want to talk about them. So let's just get into it. Fuck it. It's interesting. It's all algorithm based, and my Instagram definitely follows my interest a little more. I get a lot of music stuff on there. My Facebook one is just all over the map. Yeah, I'd be rich, head to toe proud. So this one just came up, and I really dug it. So I listened for a while. Bend in the driveway, out in the water, Vegas at the Mandarin, high roller gambling, me and Diddy dripping diamonds like Marilyn. No, I wouldn't be drowning in all your IOUs. Every promise you made me would have some real value. 'Cause all the little lies rolling off your lips is money falling from the sky. Shit, I'd be rich. So I just want to point out that this is not actually, she's not actually singing and playing as what we're seeing. This was recorded. I can tell just by how the vocals sound really sort of professionally done, like they're done. And the guitar playing's not quite in sync. Yeah, I'd be rich. But the song's cool. Head to toe Prada, bend in the driveway, out in the water, Vegas at the Mandarin, high roller gambling, me and Diddy dripping diamonds like Marilyn. No, I wouldn't be drowning in all your IOUs. Every promise you made me would have.
Culinary School Day 40.
Here's a trippy vote.
I had to go back to this because I like to cook a lot.
Culinary School Day 44, and we are diving into 2 days of breakfast cookery, starting with Egg Day. We started by first making American and French style scrambled eggs. The difference being French has a little bit of butter mixed in. Obviously, butter is better, so the French scrambled eggs were better.
Obviously, butter is better.
Next, we made American and French style omelets. I made my French omelet with Gruyere. For the French omelet, you basically want to cook your eggs as if you're scrambling them 85% of the way, and then you carefully roll up your eggs to create. The eggs are almost soft and still creamy in the middle. It's delicious. Okay, fun fact, if you hold the top and bottom of an egg with your thumb and pointer finger and you try to crack it, you can't. It's impossible. We all try.
Can't do it.
Here's a trippy vocal effect you have to try.
Okay, this guy, he comes up on my feed a lot. He has some good advice, but every time I see him, I get annoyed. I get annoyed.
So what we're going to do is we're going to drop this auto pan effect
with what I see. So I think he's using Ableton, and this is one of the things that drives me absolutely insane. And it's funny that he's talking about panning.
Then we're going to put the rate to about 7.4, bring the phase all the way down to 0, and then the shape to about 40. Now we're going to turn on automation.
Now, this is a vocal channel. Tell me why it's stereo. Why are there 2 tracks? I have one mouth, one vocal. This is what I'm saying about how messed up DAWs are. Ableton and a lot of the other DAWs will just automatically record everything to 2 tracks. Now, if you look on this board back here, I mean, it's out of focus or whatever, but every channel is one microphone, one signal coming in that you can pan to either side of the stereo mix that you're listening to, the 2 speakers. When you have stereo coming in like this, you can't pan it. So I don't know what this software thing is that's going to make it pan. It's unnecessary. Just make it a mono channel that you can, that is going out to 2 channels, not 2 channels going into 2 channels when you can't pan it. The reason this upsets me is when I started even recording in computer stuff, you know, every bit of memory you had was sacred and necessary. You didn't have room for extra tracks. So to double your whole amount of tracks is crazy. I don't know. I'm ranting here, but it drives me crazy. Like, why are mono channels, mono tracks, basses, vocals, guitars, why do they get recorded stereo? Why? It's a waste. You go in, you zoom in on the waveforms, they're two exactly the same thing. You've doubled the amount of space you're using for the exact same thing.
And we're going to automate the amount of the auto pan effect. So you want to automate it to slowly come in when you want the effect to happen and then slowly come out when you want the effect to stop. So your automation will look something like this. Here's where it comes.
You know, and you can automate, if it was a mono fucking channel, you automate the pan to however you want it. You need a plugin for panning because it's stereo. It's crazy.
In, and here's where it comes out. And that's literally all you do. And it's like a futuristic.
Most entrepreneurs are overpaying in taxes by thousands or tens of thousands of dollars every single year because they don't have any kind of proactive planning to help their clients lower their taxes or build as next.
I captured 50,000 images of the sun to create a time lapse. This is the result.
I like how he made that like the Siri voice. I captured. Pretty though, pretty.
So I make guitars and my friend Holly makes knives. So the other day we decided to combine forces and try and make a knife out of guitar strings. Holly absolutely smashed it from the word go by combining 1095 steel powder with 9-nickel guitar strings to create a canister ready to go into the forge. This forge press uses the force of 20 tons, which is like 3 bull elephants, so it's pretty powerful stuff. When it had all merged together, she broke open the canister. Whoa! And we realised the first part of our plan had worked really well and that she'd made some guitar string Damascus successfully. She then welded the Damascus to some spicy white steel.
Spicy white? Yeah, I don't know who named it.
To ensure a durable cutting edge. After some sanding and some heat tempering in our local forge, we brought it back to the workshop for cleaning up. Stay tuned for part 2 where I'm going to make the handle and we'll show you the finished.
I got annoyed with the stay tuned part for part 2 because you can never find part 2 ever. You go to their thing, you try to look all over, it's like random because the algorithm is giving you part 1, but just give us the story.
Knife. So I make guitars.
Hello everybody. About 6 years ago, I put up on YouTube a cover of Carter Burwell's theme tune from the film Carol. It goes like this.
Do céu, olha só o que aconteceu, ó.
This is so sad.
Estúdio SP áudio.
I don't know what he's saying, but there's a flood, and that is a $400,000 mixing board.
Aqui, ó, minha mesa de som.
In software engineering, we don't say, "Oh, my company is amazing. We removed all unnecessary meat."
Oh my God! Where is that?
That looks like an Edinburgh.
Where? That's intense.
Come on, skinny love.
See, I got a lot of studio stuff.
Okay, so I put together a new pedal board setup for.
So I wrote this riff, but it sounds super familiar to something else, and I can't for the life of me place where it came from. I'm obviously not going to use it for anything, but for the sake of this video, please help.
Crazy.
Stick your hand in a bucket of water. It'll make the bucket.
It sounded like what is that song?
Bucket of water way more, despite your hand still being attached to your arm.
Did you know this?
That right there is called Archimedes' principle. Yes, the same Archimedes who,
I love these educational ones.
when trying to prove that a crown wasn't made of pure gold, allegedly exclaimed, "Eureka!" while taking a bath. Eureka! The principle states that an object submerged in liquid, either completely or partially, will experience an upward buoyant force equal to the weight of the water that was displaced by that object. Okay, cool. So that's a force acting upwards on the submerged object, but why does that make the bucket of water weigh more? That is thanks to Newton's third law of motion. For every action force, there is an equal and opposite reaction force. In this case, the action force is the buoyant force on the object, and the equal and opposite reaction occurs on the bucket of water, making it weigh more, equal to the amount of water that is displaced.
Oh my God, my favorite drummer of all time, Bernard Purdie. Listen to this guy. He is the fucking bomb. Goat all the way.
1, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 3, 4.
Nice, huh?
I'm really fucking boring. Well, that's rich coming.
I thought this was a pretty cool song too.
Cause when you rain, you're fucking pouring. I can't win, I can't lose, and it's cool if
All right, that was all of it. That little jazz thing at the end, she was really good too. That was kind of fun. I mean, I get so sucked into those reels, it's ridiculous, and it's a total time suck. It's kind of bad. Let me know what you guys think down there in the comments. Give me a like, subscribe, blah, blah, blah. Love you guys. See ya.